Alright, for this video, we're going to find equations of lines. It could be in point-slope form. Actually, we want to get it in this form. We want to get it in slope-intercept form. Oops, move that for you. We want to get it in slope-intercept form, and kind of piggyback on what we did the last video. A lot of times we have to use this point-slope form in order to get it into this slope-intercept form. But we're really going to try to discuss the connections between these two forms because sometimes we can take a shortcut. All right, now how can we take a shortcut and go right to slope-intercept form and not use point-slope form? Here's the main thing. This is the main question. We want to ask ourselves, we're going to be given 2 points. Is one of the points that we're given the y-intercept? Okay, if the answer to that is yes, then we can go right to slope-intercept form. I don't have to put it in point-slope form. But if the answer to that question is no, then we have to use this point-slope form and then get it into y equals mx plus b. All right, and I have these are still the forms here. This right here is point-slope form. Y equals mx plus b. That is slope-intercept form. So let's look at a problem. Let's kind of figure it out. If I look at number 1. Right, I want to write the equation of this line in slope-intercept form that passes through these points, -4, 5, and 0, 2. Well, the very first thing I need, no matter what form I put it in, I have to find the slope. I'm not given the slope. So I have to use the formula, the y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, which is basically rise over run. So I'm going to put my fraction. The top, right, I look at my y values. Now, it doesn't matter the order. I'm going to start with this one, the 5. So I'm going to put 5 minus 2. Now, if I started with this 5, I have to start with the -4 in the bottom. So I'm going to have -4 minus 0 in the bottom. So -4 minus 0. So I do this. I get 5 minus 2 is 3. -4 minus 0, that's -3/4. That's my slope. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to kind of the main thing that I put here. Let's see here. The main thing that I put, this is the main question. Are one of the points given the y-intercept? Well, let's look. What does y-intercept mean? That means that that point has to intercept the y-axis. If I actually graphed this point, 0, 2, I'm just going to graph it. 0, 2, I would go up 1, 2. This is where it hits the y-axis. So the answer to this for number 1 is yes. So I can go right to slope-intercept form. Now here's the main thing. If your x value is 0, whatever this value is here, that's b. That's your y-intercept. So I can skip point-slope form and I can just say b is 2. Saves me a whole lot of work. So I'm going to put y equals -3/4 x plus b. Whoops. And I figured out b. I'll erase that. I figured out b was this value, this 2 right here. So I have y equals -3/4 x plus 2. So I don't even need point-slope form because indirectly I was given the y-intercept. And this is another key point. Make sure you put this down. This is real important. The y-intercept, I'm going to put this as 0, b. What that just means is if you're given a point and this x value is 0, the b value is whatever this y value is. In this case, it was this 2 right here. Okay, let's do number 2. All right, number 2, let's first find the slope. So try to squeeze it right here. I'm going to circle my y values. I have -2 and 0. You know what? Let's start with this 0 here. Doesn't matter where I start. I want to put 0 minus and then the -2. Now, since I started with this 0 right here, I have to start with this 6 in the bottom. So I'm going to have 6 minus this x value 3 in the bottom. So it's going to be 6 minus 3. Now 0 minus -2, that's the same as add a line, change the sign. So 0 plus 2, I'm just going to squeeze it up here, is 2. And this 6 minus 3 is 3. So I figured out this slope, I'm going to put, this is the slope, 2/3. So if I want it in slope-intercept form, I have the slope. All I have to find is the y-intercept. Again, I'm going to refer back to this question. Are one of the given points the y-intercept? In order for it to be the y-intercept, I have to have an x value of 0. Well, if I look, x value here is 3, x value here is 6. This actually is the x-intercept. This is not the y-intercept. So I can't do the trick here. I can't just say, all right, b equals, because none of these are the y-intercept. So here it is. My answer to this is no. So if the answer is no, then I have to use point slope form. So this is going to take me a little bit more work. So I'm going to use this form right here. And I could use any point. I'm going to use the second point. I'm going to say 6 is x sub 1 and 0 is y sub 1. Okay, I'm going to put it back into this form. So when I do it, I'm going to have, let's see here, y minus y sub 1, which is this 0. So it's y minus 0 equals, and I know I have this m right here. M I figured out is 2/3. And then I'm going to have this, right, x minus x sub 1. Well, this x sub 1 is 6. So I'm going to have x minus 6 in parentheses. Now, once you have it in point slope form, then you just have to get y by itself. So the good thing about this, on the left side, y minus 0, well, that's just y. And then I can distribute this 2/3. So 2/3 times x is 2/3 x. And then 2/3, you want to do this 2/3 times negative 6. I would put that on your calculator. This is what you're putting in your calculator. 2/3 times negative 6. After you put that in your calculator, that's going to give you minus 4. And there you have it. It's in slope-intercept form. Okay? So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. I know there's problems 3 and 4, and there's graphing problems on the back. I'm going to do both 3 and 4 in class and the graphing problems in class tomorrow. But here's the main thing. And you know what I'm going to do just to end this? I'm going to ask myself this question for problems 3 and 4. All right. Let's see here. Number 3, I'm going to ask myself, am I given the y-intercept? This should be no, because I don't have a y-intercept. The reason why, the x values here are not 0. So that's no. Okay, I look over to 4. Do I have a y-intercept? Yes, I do. It's right here. If the x value is 0, this is where it intercepts the y-axis. So this is going to be yes. And the b value, I know the b value is this right here. It's going to be 2. So 4 is going to be a shortcut. So we'll do 3 and 4 in class tomorrow, and then also do the graphing 5, 6, and 7. Ciao.